have flying cars yet, but it is always fun to predict what the future will bring, especially when it comes to our favorite vehicles. Here to tell us what the top consumer trends are for 2015 is Cheryl Connolly with Ford Motor Company. Good morning.
Good morning, Carly.
All right, so I love that we're exploring what you guys are calling Generation Z this morning, and we're looking ahead to the new year. What are some of the trends that we can expect to see?
Generation Z is interesting because lots of people are already familiar with the baby boomers and the so-called millennials or Gen Y, but Gen Z is still not a fully formed generation because they haven't hit their late teens and their early 20s, or many of them haven't, but it's not too soon to start thinking about the agenda that they'll set, because despite their youth, they are already making their mark in the world. They're not going to let their lack of education, their lack of resources, or their lack of experience stop them. So we're really inspired by that approach.
Yeah, so what are some of the trends that you think we're going to start seeing in regards to cars?
Well, not surprisingly, what we see for Generation Z and pretty much all ages is a true appreciation for renegades and rebels. People have an unconventional approach to timeless problems or looking for new solutions. One of the examples that we call out in the book is, for instance, Pope Francis, who is really kind of reinterpreting the view that the Vatican is bringing to the world. But we also highlight Ford's unconventional approach to the F-150. We have this vehicle that has been a leader in the marketplace for decades, and we probably did what was considered the unthinkable by changing it up in a way that brought aluminum, high-tech aluminum, into the vehicle, and we reduced the rate by 700 pounds, at the same time increasing its capabilities.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting, as I mentioned it before, I think about 50 years ago, some of us thought we'd have flying cars by now. And there's still some pretty cool technology, while we may not have that yet, that's out there. And I love we're kind of adding that to the classics like the F-150 that people love.
Well, we are constantly changing, and Bill Ford, our chairman, has been talking about his blueprint for mobility and how he thinks that the industry will evolve over time, which includes vehicle-to-vehicles talking to one another, vehicles talking to the cloud, vehicles talking to infrastructure. Today we have a number of features on the road that will be the building blocks for autonomous driving. Things like active park assist, lane departure warnings, adaptive cruise control. So if you're on the highway and the car in front of you starts to slow down, your cruise control will sense that, and it'll automatically decrease your speed to keep a safe distance between the two vehicles.
So cool. And what I love about that too is that it still seems like these new trends, they're still somewhat affordable. A lot of times when these new things come out, it seems so way out of budget, but I don't know, I think in this new year we're going to get some of that cool technology, and it's still relatively affordable.
Well, and I think that there's just this appreciation for recognizing that to deliver innovation at cost-effective prices will take a lot of trial and error. So we talk about flaunting failure, because 90% of startups will fail, and Ford's trying to help improve the numbers of success. We're doing a program called TechStars, driven by Detroit, where we'll bring 10 startups to the city and offer them mentoring advice, technological assistance, business development, and some funding to help improve their odds.
Well, and as we close here, what's the take home? What should we be excited about, and what do we need to think about in the new year when it comes to our cars?
Well, one of the things that I think that will be really exciting is kind of the escape artists. We're constantly connected to these digital devices, and so that maybe the car will become the sanctuary, the decompression chamber for you. Of course, you can still connect your Bluetooth devices through your entertainment system, but we also have a Do Not Disturb button so that you can shut all of those distractions out.
Very important. Cheryl, thank you so much. It was fun talking with you.
Thanks, Carly.
We, of course, will put all that on our website as well, fox4morningblend.com.